All right, well, welcome everyone. My name is Andrew Bottom, and I am the Associate Director of the Global Internship Program at the International Education Office here at the UCLA campus. And I'm with my colleague.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Rodriguez. I'm one of the study abroad program advisors for EAP here at our office, and we will be presenting on summer options for you this morning. Thank you for being here.
All right, so we'll get started here right away. First thing before we go really into the presentation regarding summer options, just wanted to let you know who we are. So again, we work at the UCLA International Education Office, otherwise known as IEO. We're really your one-stop shop for anything study abroad. We have study abroad advisors and coordinators available to meet with you and discuss one-on-one any questions that you might have related to your study abroad experience. We also have the ability to connect you with study abroad returnees if you have any questions about their experience abroad, in the past. This presentation about summer programs abroad is a part of our Global Learning Opportunities Week. So if this is your first presentation you've attended, please note we have various resources and presentations throughout this entire week. We will also be in person on Wednesday on campus, where you'll have the option to meet with study abroad advisors and counselors from 11 to 2 in front of the Bruin Bear. So anyways, we'll get started here. Today, we'll be talking about, again, summer programs abroad. We'll first discuss slightly about study abroad and COVID. I'm sure that's a question that's on everyone's minds. Then we'll cover the different types of summer programs abroad, different options that you have. We'll go over funding options for how to fund your program to study. And then we'll talk about different steps towards applying. So study abroad and COVID-19. Again, I'm sure this is on everyone's minds. The great thing to note is that already in fall 2021, we have students who are studying abroad right this moment, which means that currently we are planning to have summer 2022 programs abroad. So it's exciting. We've had about a year and a half off of having more virtual focused programs, but we are now sending students back abroad once again. The big thing to note here is that if you are interested in studying abroad and your passport needs to be renewed or you need to get a passport, please note that for US citizens, currently for the US passport services, it's taking between about 4 to 5 months to get a new passport or to renew a passport. So if you are interested in studying abroad, even if it's this upcoming summer, which seems a long way from now, please note that you'd want to start that process right away, because in some occasions, you not only need a passport to study abroad, but sometimes a visa as well, in which case you need your passport first in order to apply for your visa. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Rob here to discuss a little bit about some of our study abroad 101 refreshers before we go into talking about summer programs.
Thanks, Andrew. Again, we will talk about a few refreshers that we will hope that you've had a chance to view the study abroad 101, and we will do a quick review of what the 101 covered. Today's presentation builds on our study abroad 101, which we asked participants to view beforehand. We hope you all got a chance to do that. In the 101, we covered in detail topics like the different programs available to UCLA students, how credits transfer, the cost, and other general topics. Complementing the 101, this session will focus on summer options available to UCLA students. This program will meet the theme of our session and some returning advice and conclude with a Q&A. If you missed the 101 session will be available on our GLOW website, which is where you went to register for this event. Narrowing down programs. So UCLA students can experience a spectrum of study abroad opportunities. There is no one type of study abroad any longer, and no one set time to study abroad for everyone. So here you're able to basically view different type of program options based on their interests. For example, if you're interested in learning about housing, finding a specific location, then you can narrow down your search by using this tool, which is brand new and available now on the IO website. Summer program types. So now we will discuss the options that are available. Summer program types, we have UCLA Travel Study, UCLA Global Internship Programs, UCLA Global Cities, and UCEAP, in other words, UC Education Abroad Program. All the first three are summer only programs, and UCEAP offers multiple term options, including summer. So for UCEAP, students enroll in course abroad while earning UC credit and maintaining your UCLA student status. So that does not change while abroad. For a summer program, your student status remains the same and will not change. Summer opportunities consist of satisfying general education courses, major requirements, internships, language, and research. And in addition to that, you may also combine your study list to cover either major requirements or GEs or internships and so on. So we have a variety of opportunities abroad that you can participate in. The eligibility requirements for UCEAP will consist of a GPA in class level. A select few number of programs will have a language requirement. You will be able to confirm the requirements while you are exploring different AAP programs. As long as you maintain eligibility requirements and meet deadlines, you should be going abroad. So there shouldn't be any setbacks with your application unless you're missing deadlines and if your GPA drops below the minimum requirement. For UCEAP, there is no application fee. And for most programs, you may submit an application on a first come, first served basis. Here is a quick snapshot of what it looks like when you're looking for summer programs via the UCEAP filter. So if you use the filter to search summer only programs, you will get about 58 hits on your search. You can narrow it down further by clicking a specific location, and you can bring your search down to less than 58 to help you narrow down your program search and figure out exactly where you would like to go. So definitely, I would encourage you to utilize this filter to help you search a program. And as you can see here on the screen, each program has its own individual box where you'll be able to view the eligibility requirements, the language the programs will be taught in, and most programs will be taught in English. And also you'll be able to confirm the term and the experience type that each program will provide. UCLA Summer Global Cities. UCLA Summer Global Cities is a program where you will spend session A, the first 4 to 5 weeks at a host university. The last 6 weeks of the same cohort come to UCLA to attend summer session C. You may choose one destination, 1 out of 3 options: Amsterdam, Barcelona, and Milan. Our courses have been pre-approved by UCLA for credit transfer. You may register beginning November the 18th, and registration will close April 1st. So right now you actually have a lot of time to visit our website and research UCLA Summer Global Cities to become familiar with the program and to see if this is something that you would like to sign up for. And in order to secure a spot in the program, a $300 deposit will be required. So again, this is a very unique program And you have time to do some research, to become familiar with the program. And again, registration will open November the 18th. So here's another highlight for UCLA Summer Global Cities, which is a unique exchange experience where UCLA students study abroad and network with local students during session A. Both cohorts take courses at UCLA during session C. In other words, during session A, you will be abroad at any of the 3 destinations mentioned. And for session C, you will return to UCLA along with your cohort from abroad to take courses during session C. So this is definitely a unique experience, and definitely I would encourage you to explore this option to see if it's something that you would like to participate in. And again, registration will open in November.
The next option for summer students is the UCLA Summer Travel Study. So this is a faculty-led program, which is led by UCLA faculty. It's a very structured program, so you will have an itinerary of what you're doing day to day. Usually these programs occur about 3 to 5 weeks in length. And a lot of them are just in one location, but there are some that are multi-city where you'll be traveling around from place to place. These programs are open actually to even non-UCLA students. So if you have a friend in another UC or a friend that's in another university that wants to attend these programs, they can actually attend a travel study with you as well. The coursework usually include between about 8 to 12 units of credit. So usually you're taking a minimum of 2 courses and sometimes up to 3 courses. The program length again, yeah, about 3 to 6 weeks. Registration is the same as Global Cities, so beginning November 18th and ending April 1st. And there is a $300 deposit required to secure your spot. In the case of travel study, it is a first come, first serve program as well. So you have some time to investigate now which program you might be interested in. Some programs fill up very, very quickly, and others don't fill up really until the registration deadline closer to April. So depending on how quick your program fills up, you might need to be on your toes as far as registration is concerned. Oops. So a little bit about the participating departments. So these are some of the departments that historically participate in UCLA Travel Study. There are some departments that do take a year off here or there, or depending on this upcoming year, due to some COVID concerns, or some programs that may not be running. So please make sure to check out our website in order to get the most up-to-date locations and departments that are leading these programs. I also want to note that even if you are not, let's say, an economics major or a Asian American Studies major or medicine, a lot of the programs don't necessarily require any prerequisites. There may be a few that do, but most programs are open to everyone, and the coursework is more general. It's a great way to get some of your GEs fulfilled, whether it's language, whether it's a diversity credit or a writing 2 credit. So even if it's not within your major or minor, I suggest you taking a look to see what programs maybe might still fit your needs. All right, next up, we have the UCLA Global Internship Program. So the UCLA Global Internship Program occurs in the summer as well. It includes an 8-week in-country internship or virtual internship, as well as 10 weeks of online coursework. So students will be doing between 4 to 8 units of coursework during their internship. They'll be taking a 195 or 195 CE internship course, which is mandatory as a part of the program. And then there's also a intercultural communication in the global workplace, CESC 130 course, which is optional. These are academic non-paid internships, and you would be interning between 32 to 40 hours a week if you are in person, or 20 to 30 hours a week if you are doing a virtual internship. The registration for this program begins very soon, so October 25th through December 5th. This is a little bit different than the registration for Global Cities or Travel Study. This is not a first come, first serve program. You're free to apply anytime between the registration dates. And then it's a selective program. So we do go over the documents that you submit, which includes a resume. It includes a motivation to enroll questionnaire that you'll be answering. And then you'll be meeting with our on-site advisors in the host country to discuss your interests in the program and your career interests, and they will provide you some information about what's available as far as the internship sectors there. And if it's a good match, then you will hear about whether you've been accepted into the program, usually the first week of January. This program also requires a $300 deposit to secure your place in the program. Some of the current global internship tracks that are available include economics, education, engineering, political science, public affairs, and the one track we call global affairs, which basically is focused on the International Institute majors and minors. Please note that for the global affairs track or political science, those are open up to any student from any major. The other tracks are from students who are directly in that major or minor. And let's go on now to funding options with Robert.
Great. Let's get into the funding options that are available for UCLA students. So when thinking about study abroad, you may be wondering how can you pay for the programs? There are a couple of different options. One of them being obviously the financial aid application. So UCLA financial aid will cover any UCLA programs, including all of the ones that we just highlighted for summer: the UCLA Global Internship, UCLA Summer Travel Study, UCLA Summer Global Cities, and Summer UCEAP programs. So if students that are normally eligible for financial aid can expect some type of support to pay the program costs. For scholarships are also available. Dozens of scholarships actually that are listed on our website and listed on the UCEAP website as well. And speaking of scholarships and financial aid, later this week, we will have several webinars that will talk about scholarships and financial aid in detail. So please visit our GLOW website to confirm the dates of the presentations, and please plan to attend these presentations because they will provide some very valuable and important information regarding financial aid and scholarships. So that way you can have some funding support for your study abroad programs.
Are you able to see my slides, Rob?
No.
I can't. Okay, I couldn't tell if my screen has just had an issue where I believe it's just on the scholarship, or it's still on the financial funding options page. Do you want to share your screen, Rob? Because I think I actually can't touch the controls currently, and I think this is a
Yeah.
So if you want to share on your end, you should be able to as host, and just go to financial aid, and then we'll switch who's sharing the screen. Sorry, everyone, just give us 2 seconds here to switch who's presenting. That way we can give you the correct slides. All right.
So I just finished the funding up. So again, please submit your financial aid application by the March deadlines for your programs. And please keep in mind that travel study and global internships will have a separate financial aid application as well. Like highlighting scholarships, and there you can see like a range of awards that are available. And please plan to attend the scholarship GLOW info session scheduled later this week. And this is the link where you can find the scholarship webinar, and also the date and time, which is scheduled for Thursday, October 14th at 4 p.m. for financial aid, and for the webinar later today, actually, Tuesday, the 12th at 2:30 p.m. So now Andrew will highlight the steps to apply for the program types.
Okay, so steps to apply. So the great thing is you already are on step one, attending a study abroad info session. Remember, there are info sessions throughout this entire GLOW week, so we encourage you to attend various others. We have ones about, again, about funding, so about scholarships. We have other ones specifically, for instance, after this, there's one on programs in studying abroad in Korea and Japan, on specifically about global internships, global cities. So there are a lot of great info sessions coming up that are a little more in-depth dive on some of the programs you could attend in summer. Then once you kind of have an idea of maybe what you might want to do, we ask that you visit our website where you can research a little bit more about the programs, figure out whether you're going to go for your major credits, whether it's more about your destination, whether it's both, and then talk to an advisor. So on our website, I'll show you in a second how you can contact our office. You may also want to contact your academic advisor to make sure that whatever program you are participating in allows you to get the units that you are looking for in order to get the units that you're hoping to graduate with. And then, as the application process are coming up, to complete an online application. So again, the UCAP programs we'll talk about here in a second. But those programs you can apply at ucap.universityofcalifornia.edu. You can also find a link directly from our website. The eligibility criteria varies by program. The application process, though, is pretty straightforward, of just more biographical information, submitting your information. There are a couple programs that do require some essays, but generally it's a pretty straightforward process. The majority of the programs, again, are not selective, so they are first come, first serve with, or actually not first come, first serve. Most of them don't have a limit of spots, so very few are first come, first serve. So pretty open for UCAP, as long as you meet the deadlines, the requirements, you should hopefully get in for a study abroad program. Global cities on our website, io.ucla.edu/global cities. You can register online. These are for UCLA undergrads. The GPA requirement will vary by the program, but you must be in good academic standing. This is a first come, first serve program, so there is a limited number of spots. And then as far as travel study, similar, you can find on our website at the travel study page. Registration online will open on the 18th of November, the same as Global Cities. You must be 18-year-old with a high school diploma. So again, this is open to any student, even non-UCLA students, if you have friends that want to join this program with you. Spaces are first come, first serve, and so there is a limit on spaces. And then finally, the Global Internship Program. This program will be opening again on October 25th for enrollment. You must be an undergraduate student, have 90 units completed by spring 2020. So basically, in a sense, entering your third year, so between your second and third year at minimum. Although if you have AP units or transfer credits that give you those 90 units completed by spring, I should say, sorry, this is spring 2022. So I apologize for that, spring 2022. A 3.0 GPA requirement and good academic standing. Again, is a selective program, so make sure that you do register between those registration dates to make sure that you are part of that selection pool. All right, so we're going to move now into questions. I know that we only have a couple minutes left. Rob, I'm going to ask that you can read them off because I cannot actually view anything currently on my screen. So if you want to read off those questions for us. And in the meantime, anyone who is interested in getting more updates about our programs and communications from our office, you can use this QR code in order to join our listserv email, and we'll send you updates about registration, coming up, or about any updates on our programs that are occurring.
Great. So now we'll get into some Q&A. Question number one, do UCEAP programs travel in groups or you travel by yourself? For the most part, you will travel on your own, but students that know each other or would like to meet other fellow participants usually creates like a Facebook group, and they will send the link to the study abroad advisor to share with fellow participants, and that way on your own you can arrange to travel on your own, in a group. But for the most part, students travel on their own for EAP. But if you're interested in traveling, you know, in groups, you would have to reach out to us, as I mentioned, to see if how we can assist you in meeting fellow participants. Question number 2. So even as a freshman, I count because I came into UCLA with 107 quarter college units. Yes, those units can count towards your overall total number of units, which will determine your class level. So if you're interested in EAP and you meet the eligibility requirements, which includes the GPA and class level, then you can participate. But keep in mind that you know, you will need to establish a UCLA GPA to also to apply. So if you apply for a program and you do not have an established GPA, you can still upload a transcript, but obviously the transcript will be blanked. And then eventually after the fall, you can upload an updated transcript with your GPA. Third question, when you say that space is limited, how about many spaces? How many space are you talking about? It varies from program to program. For example, if you look at our calendar for the EAP deadlines, you will see notes next to programs with limited spaces. So for example, one program may say 5 spots, another program may say 30 spots. So it's very specific and varies from program to program and on a first come, first serve basis. Specifically for EAP programs, as Andrew mentioned, for the global internship program, it's different. You know, they review, you know, resume, you know, personal statements, and so on. So the process is different, but I recommend visiting our website to become familiar with, you know, the criteria for each program type. Next question. Should I contact my department if I want to find out which programs would allow me to receive credit for classes? Yes, it's always a great idea to reach out to your academic department to discuss your study abroad plans. So all programs will offer UC credit. So that's will happen for UC EAP. The credit will transfer back. It's what you plan to use the credit for is what's is different. So if you plan on satisfying major requirements, then you will discuss your study abroad plans with your major department for the credit for classes.
And something to note as well is for the UCLA travel study program and UCLA global internships, those are actually UCLA courses already. So in some cases that you already will know what it's pre-approved for, although depending on your major, you may need to talk to your academic department. On global cities, obviously when you are taking classes on campus in summer session C, it will be UCLA courses, but summer session A, that would be courses at another university abroad. And so in those cases, similarly, you would want to talk to your academic department to make sure that the units you're getting will, you know, count towards what you're hoping they'll count towards.
Great, Andrew, the next question is, are there any paid internships in any program?
Unfortunately, for global internships, they are all academic. You know, doing an internship abroad includes to get paid would be a lot larger process with visa restrictions. So they are just for academic credit. The great thing with some of the programs, though, is that in some cases, you know, you'll be getting capstone units. So like if you're a public affairs major, education major, it fulfills your capstone requirement. And other of the programs, you'll still be getting units that still fulfill major and minor elective credits. So we hope that it's still a benefit, even if you're not getting paid, towards receiving units towards your degree, and also in many cases receiving, you know, those capstone units if you are in some of the specific programs.
Thank you. And also back to the question about receiving credit. On our website, we also have what's called MAPS, academic planning forums, in which we work together with academic departments to confirm what courses can be taken abroad and what courses cannot be taken abroad. For example, a research methods course cannot be taken abroad. So definitely, I encourage you to visit the academic section of our website to become familiar with the MAPS, which serve as a guide for specific academic departments If for additional information on that, again, please feel free to reach us at our here at the IAO. The next question, and due to time, this will be a final question. Can we get financial aid to cover the cost of summer study abroad program? The answer is yes. Financial aid is available for UCLA study abroad programs. There's a video on the UCLA financial aid website that talks about financial aid for example, for EAP. And again, we do have the financial aid webinar scheduled this week, which will go in greater detail about the application process and how it works when it comes to funding study abroad programs. So please, if you have time to attend, please do so. If you don't have time to attend today, the GLOW sessions will be posted on our website for viewing at a later time. So just if you're unable to attend the actual live session, you will have access to viewing the session at a later date.
And I believe, and I apologize, I think because of the computer mix up that that slide wasn't shown, but there is, if you go to the GLOW schedule, there is a scholarships presentation today, I believe at 2:30, but you'll have to check on the GLOW schedule. Also on Thursday, I believe is that financial aid presentation if you do want to attend them live. If you want to change, Rob, I can't actually see the screen, but change it to at least our contact information slide. So the students can see the contact information.
Yes,
if you want to contact us, go to our office or go to our website at ieo.ucla.edu/contact. There you can figure out how to attend a advising session, how to schedule an advising session one-on-one with a counselor, or for our drop-in advising. Currently, our office is closed to in-person traffic for the moment, but we still have ways that you can get in contact with a counselor really easily. So we hope that you use those strategies and methods so that we can get in touch with you and help you study abroad this upcoming summer. So again, this will be posted to our GLOW website and our on-demand section. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming today, and we hope to see you soon on a program abroad.
Thank you all for attending.
And if you can stop the recording, Rob, on your end, that would be great.